What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy, Coach Dave here with NomadicBallers. And today I'm doing my first YouTube video about sports and about patience. So, what I really want to talk about today is patience in sports. And this relates to one specific example from this weekend. And for me, I'm a Florida Gator fan, and we need to have some patience. I'm going to get some probably negative feedback about what I'm going to say for this topic, but the Florida Gators football team has two excellent quarterbacks. We have Emory Jones, 6'2", 11 pounds, throws the ball really well, fast. Our second quarterback, Anthony Richardson, 6'4", 224, redshirt freshman, going to be the future. He's going to be in the NFL. Like, there's no doubt in my mind that kid is going to be in the NFL. But we need to have patience. Patience in sports is very important. Gator fans, we have a luxury right now with two quarterbacks. Most programs don't even have one great quarterback. Now we have two. Yes, Emory Jones has made some errors. He just started throwing a couple of interceptions. But remember, he didn't get a lot of starts in his first 2 years playing in college football. We had Kyle Trask. And before that, you had Felipe Franks. So Emory Jones didn't really get the ample opportunities to start and to develop his skill set. Now, Anthony Richardson, he's just, there's no words to describe him. He's fast. He's got an arm. But what everyone's forgetting right now versus Alabama, he pulled his hamstring. So there's not even a quarterback controversy. You can't be playing a player who is injured. Yes, he's going to recover. Hamstring injuries or nagging injuries. I don't want to rush it along. I am actually a physician as well as a coach. So with that medical background, you can't rush a hamstring. Hamstrings do take time. I love to see him on the field this weekend. He's going to start practicing this week. But we need to have patience. Patience in sports are very important. So that's why I want to get back to everything that I was talking about, patience. Patience in everyday life, in sports, kids' sports. We don't have it anymore as a society. Everybody wants everything right now. Look, I'm making this video right here, right now. You can just do whatever you want, say whatever you want, and put it on YouTube, and it goes straight and everyone can listen to it. But we have to have patience in society. So this is an interesting topic that I like to talk about with patience. If my son was Anthony Richardson, would you be upset and pushing him and wanting him to play right away at another smaller school? Or would you want to have patience and let him develop with Dan Mullen, who trains quarterbacks he's gotten Dak Prescott, Tim Tebow, Kyle Trask. Look at his resume. Dan Mullen is a quarterback guru. You can learn under him. So if Anthony Richardson is my son, I would say to him, listen, get the most knowledge you can. Be ready at all times, because you never know when it's going to be your opportunity to play. The best example I can tell you was when I was growing up, I was playing football, and I was just only playing offensive line. And what happened was the defensive line player got hurt. I got put in. I made the best of my opportunity. You never know when it's going to be your chance to make the best of your opportunity. That's why, or you never know where you're going to get that chance. That's why patience is a virtue. You need to have that nowadays. Like when I teach my kids, my two boys, Jackson and Cooper, I tell them to have patience. Things will come. You'll learn. You'll learn how to play basketball. You'll learn how to play football. But you have to dribble first the basketball. Then you can shoot the basketball. It all comes in time. Now, everybody wants it right here, right now. But you have to accept the fact that it takes time to learn and develop your skills and be ready to play. Everyone's in love with Anthony Richardson. I am too. I want him to play right away, but he's got to take time. The other thing I want to talk about is the Gators are lucky having two quarterbacks. Two quarterbacks gives you two different philosophy or two different weapons at the time. So when I'm coaching, if you have a mobile quarterback that can throw the ball far, who's big, you can utilize him for run plays. You could utilize him for option. You can utilize him in many different ways. If you have more of a pocket passer, which Emory Jones is not a pocket passer whatsoever, he's a mobile quarterback too. You have the ability to use those players separately. And then the other thing that everyone's forgetting is you need two quarterbacks because what if one gets hurt? Tonight we had a football game and my quarterback got hurt. He was playing defense and he sprained his ankle. So what happened? I had to get a backup quarterback to come in and play. Now, did the backup do well? Yes. Did he know the plays as well as the first quarterback? Yes, but you need to always prepare for having a second quarterback. You need to always have a backup plan if somebody gets hurt. That's why having two quarterbacks is very important for all aspects of football. In the NFL, we have backup quarterbacks who play the whole season because their first quarterback goes down. So having two quarterbacks is a great thing. I think we need to stop pushing Anthony Richardson right now. Dan Mullen knows what he's doing. He's going to have the two quarterbacks share time with a two quarterback system. There's nothing wrong with that. And maybe we'll repeat what's behind my shoulder right there. The Gator Slam 2006. I was there. We had Chris Leak, Tim Tebow. That was a great, great combination. Chris Leak had the arm. Tim Tebow came in and did things. The jump pass that everyone remembers versus LSU. These things are, how to put it, these things help win football games because you have a different dimension that you could throw in there and change up the whole dynamics of the defense. When Tim Tebow came in 2006 and that jump pass, the defense didn't know what was going to happen. And that was an easy play, easy touchdown. And Urban Meyer was able to throw him in there. Dan Mullen has that same luxury with both those two quarterbacks. So patience is very important for players, athletes, to continue on if you want to be successful. When you have a player that's patient and wants to learn and get better, coaches really want those type of players. They don't want the players that are going to be like, well, you know what? I'm not playing right now. I'm going to take my ball and go home. Or I'm going to go and transfer to this team. Or I'm going to go switch over here. That's not a good thing to have on your resume. Nowadays, college football players are hopping around from school to school, starting over. That's, in my opinion, not the best idea. And I wouldn't suggest that for my son. The best example of backup quarterback being successful. Does anyone know the most successful quarterback in college who never played and is probably the best player of all time? The GOAT, Tom Brady. He didn't play much in college. Drafted 7th round. And look at him. He's an NFL quarterback, Hall of Famer, probably best quarterback all time, even though I'm not the biggest fan of the Patriots and now he won it with the Bucs. But look at his patience. He was ready and he just developed and he kept working hard. So having the patience to be ready when it's your time is very important. All right. So hopefully you guys learned something out of this tonight with me, Coach Dave. We'll see what happens later on this week. But again, Gator fans, forget about Anthony Richardson right now because it's not even an issue because his hamstring. He's not 100%. And regardless of what happens, how much massage, RICE, which is rest, ice, compression, elevation, you do on that hamstring between now and Saturday, he's not going to be 100%. And then you're asking to get more damage later on. Now, I hope Florida beats Alabama. I want them to. I'd love him to play. He needs to play if he feels 100% or at least close to it where he can help out. All right, we'll see what happens out here. Keep watching us. Subscribe to the channel if you like it. We're doing different things. Flag football plays, baseball training for kids, and we also open up sports cards on this channel. So it's a very diverse channel. We do a lot of different things. This is the first time doing my opinion segment. Remember, these are just my opinions about college football, football, and sports, and different philosophy that I have. All right. Peace out from Nomadic Ballers. Coach Dave. Later, guys.